Learning how to set goals and managing your money are two critical life skills that are just not taught in schools. Once I learned how to mix these two skills together, the quality of my life increased dramatically. Not only was I able to pay for a 150-person wedding in New York City only with cash, I was able to travel over 30 countries without relying on a credit card and quit a job I didn't like and live only off my savings. Hi, I'm Nicole, one half of the wealthtwins, and if you want to learn how to set personal finance goals and make this your best year ever, keep watching this video because today I'm going to share with you my 5-step process on not only how to set financial goals, but also how to prioritize, execute, and also track them with an easy system. So if that sounds good to you, hit that like button and let's get started. At a high level, my process for setting personal finance goals can be broken down into 5 major steps. Those 5 steps are brainstorming your goals, prioritizing your list, mapping out your steps, allocating time to achieve, and also reviewing your progress. Everything that I'm speaking about today and teaching you today can be done with pen and paper, or it can be done on your phone, Google Sheets, or Excel. I think the best way to actually go into detail about each one of the steps that I mentioned would be to actually do a step-by-step tutorial where I show you exactly how to perform each and every one of the steps in this process. Since my handwriting isn't the best, I think it's a great idea for me to head over to the computer and show you exactly what I mean by using Google Sheets to start setting some personal finance goals. Now, the first step in our process is to brainstorm. I want you to give yourself 30 minutes to write down anything you can think of, and I mean anything you can think of when it comes to money goals. Think about your dreams and also anything that is weighing on your mind that you just want to get off your plate. The reason I want you to also write the things down that are nagging you is because these issues are the ones that are holding you back from actually designing a life that you truly want. So let's get a timer out and write down as many goals as you can. So for our example, let's write some things down. First money goal that we should try to accomplish would be save $10,000. Maybe we want to buy a house, pay for a wedding in cash, take a 2-month vacation. I told you, you got a dream. Pay back school loans, pay off credit card debt, and start investing in the stock market. Now, once you have your list, and you can do this for as long as you can within that 30-minute time frame, put down anything you can think of. Once you have your list, the next part of the process starts, which is prioritizing. Now, when it comes to prioritizing, you don't have to do anything that's too difficult for you to understand. The easiest way I've found is to actually use the alphabet system. A for anything that is high priority to you. B for anything that you really want to get done but is not as serious as the A's. And C for those things that are nice to have in terms of accomplishing, but you want to take care of the other ones that are more pressing for you. So let's start assigning some values to our goals. Once we have assigned a priority to each one of our goals, it's now time to move on to the third part of the process. In order to really get the most out of the third part of our 5-step process, we first have to turn our brainstorming list into mini projects. You see, right now, our brainstorming list looks a lot like a to-do list with a bunch of items that we have to take care of. However, when you take a closer look at our goals, you can see that none of them can be done in just one step. They all require you to have a plan. And the best way to have a plan, in my opinion, when you are trying to accomplish a goal, is to turn that goal into a mini project. The way you turn a goal into a mini project is by mapping out all the steps you think you will need to take in order to accomplish your goal within a specific time frame. So, for example, let's turn our brainstorming goal of saving $10,000 into a mini project and list out all the steps we think we need to take. Okay, let's take our goal of saving $10,000 and turn it into a mini project by coming up with all the steps we think we need to take in order to reach our goal. For instance, some of the steps that we might need to take in order to reach the goal of saving $10,000 could be choosing a bank, opening a savings account, calculating our monthly bills, reviewing last month's spending, determine how much we can save, create a budget, and connect our checking account to savings account. Now, don't worry if you can't think of all the steps you might need in order to accomplish the goal of saving $10,000. This list does not have to be perfect. It only has to be enough to get you started. Remember, this is a living document, and we will continue to tweak it as we make progress in reaching our goals. After we have the steps that we think we need in order to accomplish our goal, the next step is to create deadlines for each one of the steps. Now, once we have all the steps mapped out, the next part would be to allocate the time necessary to complete each step in our little mini project. So let's call it allocating time. How long would it take us to complete the task of choosing a bank? Maybe 1 day. Opening a savings account, 10 minutes. Calculating our monthly bills, let's give that 1 hour. An hour to review last month's spending. 45 minutes to determine how much we can save. 2 hours to create a budget, and then 10 minutes to connect our checking to our savings account. Here's a pro tip. In order to avoid procrastination, anything you can get done in an hour or less, take the time out and actually accomplish that task. It will move you forward when it comes to accomplishing your goals. Now, once you allocated the time you believe it will take to complete a task, you will then need to add a deadline so that you have a schedule that you can measure and monitor. Now, the deadlines are up to you, but if you want to see some amazing results by next year, it's best to group your mini projects and then see how many steps you can complete in a 3-month interval for each one of your mini projects. Now, beware of trying to handle too many projects at once, because you might end up having to try to complete too many steps in such a short time frame. To make it easier for yourself, try not to handle more than 2 projects at a time and see how many projects along with the steps that you can accomplish in 1 full year. So, for example, our saving 10,000 mini project along with the allocating the times that we have, let's put some deadlines on this. Pretend that we're starting off in January, right? So this first task should be done by February. The next should be done by March. The other one could be done, this next one could be done by January, and so forth. We're just going to put down some dates that are within the first 3 months of the year and see how many we can actually accomplish before the first quarter of the year is complete. The last step of our process is to review. Once a week, sit down and review your mini projects along with the steps. Check out the steps that you have completed, mark the ones you have issues with, and also feel free to add any tasks you believe that are missing in order for you to reach your goal. After you review and you have modified your sheet, keep the momentum going by knocking off the new task on your list. If you perform this 5-step process on a consistent basis, I promise you, you will reach all of your personal finance goals. So get to brainstorming and make this your best year ever. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and also consider joining our private community. It's called the Wealth Pack, and we share all about money and investing to help others achieve financial independence. If you think that's something you want to hear more about, check the link in the description below.